Hey guys, I had a great question submitted to my Facebook page that I wanted to take a few moments and speak to. Here's what L Phillips said. He said, "For several weeks now, I'm aware that I dreamed, but I don't remember the dream. As a dreamer, I normally remember, and now through you, I'm able to speak to what I dream, but I thought it interesting and quite different that suddenly I just don't remember. So what could this mean?" I go into this in much more detail in my Language of Dreams course, okay? But I wanted to summarize this and maybe kind of give you like the top 3 things to consider when this happens, okay? And for those of you that are vivid dreamers, this is going to happen to you every now and then, okay? You're going to hit these moments where it's like, I don't know what happened. Like all of a sudden I was remembering everything and now I just can't remember. Here's what you have to consider, okay? We are body, soul, and spirit. And all 3 of those areas are very intricately intertwined. What happens in our body affects our spirit. What happens in our soul affects our body. Like it all works together. So when this happens, you have to consider all 3 areas of your life, okay? So first of all, body, for example, this is just very practical. Things that you experience in the natural. Has anything changed in your diet? Are you taking any new medication? Have your sleeping patterns changed? You know, your circadian rhythm, is it off a little bit? Because all of this will affect not just your ability to dream deeply and hit that deep place of dreaming, but it'll also affect your ability to remember your dreams. Has there anything changed in your environment where you sleep? Are you traveling? Have you moved? Has anything changed like in your bedroom at night when you're sleeping? Is it still dark and conducive to a really good night's sleep? Just consider all of those things and rule out, you know, if maybe could it just be something very practical and just very much in the natural that has changed. Secondly is the realm of our soul. Now this is where our mind, our will, and our emotions reside. And I have learned, quite frankly, that a lot of times when it starts to happen that we can't remember our dreams, this is the primary culprit. Mind, will, emotions. Is there any stress going on? Are your thoughts racing? Do you have a lot going on right now that is kind of battling for your attention? When you wake up in the morning, do your thoughts immediately start going to everything that you have to do for the day, or maybe a big situation that you're facing, that you're dealing with, decisions that have to be made? Is there any emotional distress? Are you carrying anything right now that could be kind of interfering? Because all of that, again, contributes to this. I have learned that those very few moments in the morning when we first wake up, like literally those first few seconds, you guys know what I'm talking about. You start drifting out of sleep and into your waking moments. That space right there is so important to protect. Try to guard against your mind immediately jumping from 0 to 100 and you start going through all of the different things that you have to do, or reaching for your phone. That's another huge one that will immediately start to interfere with your ability to remember your dreams. If you wake up your mind too quickly and you start going, boom, there they go. Dreams are like fading ink, you know? Y'all remember those pens that we used to play with when we were kids? Like you'd write like a secret decoder message and you could see the ink, but then almost just a few minutes later it would disappear. That's kind of how dreams are. If we can't catch that space of time where we first wake up and we set that space aside and we guard it, that can have a huge impact on your ability to remember your dreams. And then lastly is the realm of our spirit. And I don't speak a lot about this because unfortunately this can kind of be misused, and I don't want to, you know, I don't know, it can just get a little bit misused, but it is a very real component of who we are. And you know, dreams at night, it is spirit communicating to spirit, and there can be some interference there. There can be some, you might be picking up on some spiritual activity that could be kind of, you know, messing with your ability to dream deeply and to remember your dreams when you wake up. And then there could also be moments, you know, I love sleep and I love having a good solid night's sleep, but I'll be honest with you, the other part of, you know, dreamers' lives that people don't speak about a lot is you will often be woken up in the middle of the night with something on your heart to intercede for, to pray for, something that God is trying to show you and communicate with you about. So that's really important too. I've learned it, you know, I dream a lot, obviously, but there's a very, very large amount of nights that I am woken up in the middle of the night and I quietly head on. I've just learned, like, don't even fight it, just quietly head on up and go see what may be going on that God is trying to reveal to me. And then lastly, there's also a scripture passage in the book of Job that I learned a lot from several years ago. And let me just read this to you, okay, because it'll kind of give you an idea of where I'm going. And this is found in Job chapter 33, starting in verse 14 through about verse 18. I'm just going to read a little bit of this to you. But it says, "For God may speak in one way or another, and yet man does not perceive it. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men while slumbering on their beds, then he opens the ears of men," obviously he meaning God. God opens the ears of men and seals their instruction. So pay attention to that, right? God opens the ears of men while we're asleep, giving us dreams, giving us visions, and he seals our instruction. Many dreams that you get are going to be sealed messages that God is giving you, either for an appointed time or to be doing a work on the inside of you that is not meant for you to be fully aware of in that moment. And this is another thing that I've just learned. You have to look at dreams. Dreams are messages. Dreams are communications that are sent to us. And sometimes God will like literally send you that message almost like in a sealed envelope, and he just tucks it away. And we're gonna come back to that, for later. And just like the kingdom of heaven is like seed, just like the kingdom of heaven is like leaven, it gets planted on you and it starts transforming your heart, sometimes without you even being aware that God is doing a work on the inside of you because of something that you dreamt about. So just some things to consider, okay? There's a lot that can contribute to it. Try not to get stressed about it. Try not to get frustrated with it when this happens. Just know that it's all part of the process. Thanks for submitting the question, and until we talk next time, you guys keep dreaming.